This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
Y'all,
This
just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. Happy Thursday, everybody. It's a very special day. It's Tori's late mother's birthday
Thank
today.
you very much. Yeah, Judy's
Shout out.
birthday. Happy
Yes.
birthday, Judy.
You can hear you.
Looking down and smiling.
Yeah, the first one's hard, I think, so I'm just trying to
Yeah.
get through it and celebrate her life.
Well, we're here for you.
Thanks, Jeff.
And happy
Thank
birthday
you.
to Judy.
Thank you very much.
And anyone else who has a birthday out there today. Happy
That's
birthday.
right.
All right, welcome to DBL. Jimmy Kimmel is remembering the time he attended an epic party at Sir Paul McCartney's house. Jimmy told Howard Stern that he and his wife were at a dinner party when he got invited to Paul's house for a little get-together. Just a couple friends. The party had some of the closest friends on the list, like Ringo Starr, Mick Jagger, Bruce Springsteen. Could you imagine it? Let's watch.
What did you guys say to Mick Jagger? Do you go like, hey, dude,
Nothing. I didn't even speak to him.
Why? Who's speaking to him?
Well, I think what you do in a party like that is you gravitate toward the people you already know, and you go, "Can you believe that this is happening and that we're here?"
Yes.
And you kind of leave it at that.
I was in the corner with Jennifer Aniston and Courtney Cox, who I was so relieved to see because it was one of those parties I didn't know how to hold my body. I didn't know where to look. I didn't know what to do. It was just like,
But Molly, you didn't go over to Bruce Springsteen and or
No.
I
Patty
talked
or
to Bruce.
No,
Yeah.
I would never.
what did you say to Bruce?
He's funny, you know. We had a good chat. We even had that moment, like, can you believe this party? I mean, even Bruce Springsteen was like, this is some party.
That's got to be wild. Have you guys ever been to a party like with a big celebrity or multiple celebrities?
I went to one where Justin Timberlake walked in to meet Justin Timberlake and Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher. They were together and they walked in big hats and he was in his Western era.
Was this a dream?
No. And it was so strange. And they introduced themselves and she's like, I'm Demi or whatever. I was like, I know. and then I just stood by a tree.
Okay.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it worked out pretty on brand.
I feel like, Jeff, this is like for you because it seems like you've mixed it up in some pretty elite circles.
Well, not that. That's crazy.
That's next
crazy.
level.
But I've been to some big CBS parties. Like when I got off Big Brother the first time, it was such a whirlwind because you're in that house for 3 months and you don't know what's going on. And the day after, I think they were called the upfronts. Or the upfronts
Right,
when they have
yes.
all the shows come to one.
Yep.
So they brought us to the CBS upfront party, and I brought my buddy who I knew from LA, and I'm like, we're going to this party. He picked us up in a limo. Like at that time, it was great, and it was all the stars from CBS. We did have like kind of a handler, so Neil Patrick Harris watched the show, and I was like, what? I was talking with Putty. I met LL Cool J. He got some words of inspiration for me. Like so many people were there. My head was just spinning from being out at a house, but then also like all these stars everywhere, and you almost don't know. Like you don't want to be rude, but you want to talk to everybody. So it's kind of weird. So yeah, I've been to a party like that, but not like that. How about you?
I was just thinking, like, Chicago, coming from Chicago is such a weird place because we get celebrities there all the time, but it's not like a celebrity fanfare thing. It's a very normal thing to see someone. But I had a friend who was like very upset with me for wearing like Adidas all the time. And he's like, you got to stop wearing Adidas. It's just not the brand. It's not the brand. And I was like, well, give me some Nike stuff and I'll wear that. Because at the time I was in college and we were sponsored by Adidas. And he's like, okay, I'm going to bring you some Nike stuff. So we're out at this place on a Saturday afternoon randomly. And he's like, I brought you some Nike stuff. And I'm like, really? And Michael Jordan walks in and he's like, I thought I'd start here. And and he wasn't like playing at the time. And I was like, I didn't know what to do. So he walks up to me and he's like, hey, he goes, I've heard a lot about you. And he shakes my hand and my response was, I've heard a lot about you too.
I mean, what do you say?
As my hand went completely I just remember my hand laying my hand's not there. And this is Michael Jordan. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, that's the Michael Jordan trump card.
No.
I'd rather you have
Yeah.
that. I'd rather have that.
By far.
For sure, especially growing up in
Dang.
Chicago. All right, Lisa Kudrow is finally rewatching Friends. So in the past, Lisa said she avoided watching the show because she didn't want to risk not liking her work. But she told The Hollywood Reporter she has been rewatching some episodes in honor of Matthew Perry to celebrate how hilarious he was. Do you guys rewatch your old work real quickly?
No.
Nope.
It's hard.
Yep.
One of the things I think was the hardest thing for me to overcome as a comic was listening to my sets.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was on tour with Bill Bellamy, I really respected his work ethic because in between like the 7 o'clock show and the 9:30 show, you go back in the green room and he'd have one earbud in and he would just be listening to a 7 o'clock show, seeing what he could fix and what got a laugh and what didn't. And it's really important, but I think some artists just don't like the sound of their voice. And so, you know, you're just, Tori, I'm looking in your direction. I think we are kin in that way where you're just like, why am I holding my hand like that?
Totally
and
agree.
I forgot that one punchline that would have tied that second part together. And the crowd doesn't know, but it's you.
And I often, when I would go back and watch stand-up, which I just hated doing, I fidgeted a lot. And it's like, oh, Tori, every move I made was too much movement. And I'm just, there's no positive. I'm never like, that killed. I'm always like, why did I do that? Why did I do, you know, the negative bias. So it is very helpful to learn, and I'm avoiding. That's not probably the right thing to do, but I do not go back and watch.
Well, you have to do what works for you. I mean, it's meaningful that she's watching it in honor of what they built together with Matthew Perry.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think when you look at your past work like that, in honor of what was meaningful about that, it changes the dynamic of what you're seeing and hearing.
Yeah.
Like, I am so critical about anything that I've done. Like, what I did yesterday, I'm critical about, and I really don't want to watch it. But what I've learned is that there are people who are watching it, and they're connecting with it, and they're seeing a part of themselves in whatever transpired. And by saying that it's not good enough or over-scrutinizing it is also a disservice to them.
I agree with
So I look at it differently when I'm trying to improve how I'm getting my message across.
And I think it's different with an ensemble rather than a stand-up.
Yeah.
If you're all alone, and I'm like, yo, that outfit, T.
Yeah,
Bone.
Just listening to Erica's your response, I was like, where were you 20 years ago? I could have really used. I wish that's one of the things. If I can go back and change my career, I would have worked. I would listen to more of my sets.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Big Brother, I never rewatched when I went on Me and My Wife. Yeah. Because when you do the diary sessions, you're just talking crap about other people. So I don't want to hear people being like, Jeff got long nose hairs or whatever. You know, like I don't need all that. Yeah. So I didn't rewatch it. All right. I don't, by the way. I don't. I don't know why that popped in my head. Coming up on DBS. See, I won't be rewatching this either. So that's in the past. We're talking with Mad About You actor Paul Reiser. He's talking about the new Beverly Hills Cop movie 40 years after the original. And some iconic celebrity items are going up for auction, from Elvis's blue suede shoes to Princess Diana's personal letters. Welcome back to DBL. Some historic items from Elvis and Princess Diana are going up for auction, as well as Al's jacket he's wearing today.
Nope.
Sure.
You can own Elvis's actual blue suede shoes. There's a shot of Al's jacket that he wore on the Steve Allen Show back in 1956. The size 10.5 shoe comes with a letter from Elvis's friend Jimmy Velvet. I want to be friends with Jimmy Velvet.
I know.
Your name should be Jimmy Velvet.
All right, we'll work on it.
Okay.
Saying they're the real deal. They're excited to fetch up to $152,000. Seems a little low.
I thought that was low.
Very low.
Yeah. Next, the largest collection of items from Princess Diana is also hitting the auction block, including this red and cream straw hat Diana wore during her 1985 tour of Australia. The current bid on that, 7 G's.
Oh.
This is like affordable stuff.
Yeah. And this midnight blue.
Al comes in wearing that hat.
Check out this midnight blue strapless gown with silver stars she wore multiple times, including to the ballet back in 1987. The bid on this dress is at $200,000. More than Elvis's shoes?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, that seems a little off to me. You can also get your hands on some of Diana's shoes, her purses, signed letters, and even some old signed Christmas cards with Charles and without Charles. And without Charles. Without Charles.
You know, someone famously, I think this girl really cool, but someone famously bought Oprah's shoes. Did you ever hear about this? I was obsessed with Oprah. They bought Oprah's shoes when it went on auction, and they were like not that expensive because it was a big lot. And she said whenever things were really hard, she would step into Oprah's shoes and say, if Oprah could do it, I'm stepping into her soul and her power, I can do it too.
I thought this was a resale story. Like she was able to sell it for a lot more. I thought this was,
and Oprah always brought it up. She was like, that's so good.
was in the shoes.
It was in the shoes, like stepping into someone else's world.
But isn't celebrity items like this, isn't it almost like cryptocurrency? It doesn't really have a value. We put the value on it.
Yeah, that's
it's just
art.
It's just a hat.
That's art,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, it's just a hat, but you do feel, if I was in Elvis's shoes, you know I'm gonna feel good.
I'm walking with That's right.
That would be James Brown's shoes.
Oh yeah, you're right. And I would still feel good.
So what item would you guys most want to have? What would you most want to have when you're down?
Answer your own question. What would you want?
I think I'd want to wear Indiana Jones's hat.
I think we've had this conversation.
I think
we
we have
landed
too.
on Indiana Jones.
I think we did too. I would want to wear the fedora when I was feeling down.
I'm wondering, has Run DMC's Adidas ever been up for auction?
Rad.
Because like the actual like concert worn Adidas,
Yeah.
I would really want that.
I want them to be your Adidas.
Absolutely. And
Got it.
they're going in the glass case. What about you, Cobb?
I don't know. I really got to think about that. Do you know?
No, but Al just said Run DMC and I mentioned LL Cool J earlier. Imagine having an LL Cool J bucket hat.
The bucket
Yes.
hat would be huge.
I'd look like an idiot, but I'd feel strong. You know?
That's all that matters.
I was LL for this last Halloween. And, you know, I still wear that bucket hat, that red bucket hat I got for him. Like, I wear that on not Halloween.
On not
so, yes,
Not
I love
Halloween.
it.
How do you pronounce? Is it Kangol?
Kango.
Kango.
Kangol. Are those cool again? The bucket hats? Like, could I pull that off?
No, that's not. It wouldn't be. No, maybe.
I don't like hats, but hats like me.
Yes, I think I could see you in the Cape, kind of bringing that to
Little
Cape Cod.
hat, little Kangol.
The mean
little
streets of Cape
Stussy.
Cod. Yes. I don't know about that. Yeah, I think it
We're
would be
pushing the limits already.
Yes.
All right. Coming up on DBL, we're chatting with actor Paul Reiser. He's telling us all about reuniting with Eddie Murphy for the new Beverly Hills Cop movie.
Welcome back. You know our next guest from his Emmy Award-winning show Mad About You, as well as his hit movies and stand-up comedy. Now he's back in Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. Watch this.
What do you want from me? I want you to be a cop again. You gotta do something.
Axel, if you damage any city property...
You're in a snowplow?
Yeah, we're in a snowplow. What's the problem?
Earlier, we spoke with the Paul Reiser. Take a look. We're mad about him. So excited to have him on the show. Please welcome to DBL, Paul Reiser.
You know, the excitement is palpable.
Paul, it's such a pleasure to have you here. It has been 40 years since the first Beverly Hills Cop. So tell us what it was like auditioning for the first film.
I don't remember auditioning. I think the director, Marty Brest, had seen me in something and thought I would be good for this little part. I don't remember. But what was great was I had already known Eddie from the comedy clubs.
Oh, okay.
So it was a lot easier, and I was not as intimidated as I probably would have been if I had just walked on the set and go, oh my God, it's Eddie Murphy. So it was great because we were easy to, it was really easy to play and get loose with him, and a lot of what we did, the little that I did in that film, a lot of it was just to improvise with him, which was great fun.
That's amazing. That's amazing. It actually answers my second question, because I wanted to know if you knew that Eddie was going to be the lead, because at first it was going to be Sylvester Stallone playing the role of Axel.
I was actually set to do that little role before Eddie came on board, and I was at the time thinking, "Oh, I'm going to get to meet the Rocky. That's cool." And then I don't know what happened, and then they changed it. It was Eddie. I went, "Oh, that's even easier for me. I know Eddie."
Yeah.
And it's obviously a very different movie. Yeah. Stallone is great. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Eddie is funnier.
Yeah. How dare you, sir? I'm a Stallone comic fan.
Yes.
The Rocky, my favorite. All right, so your character is always trying to keep Eddie Murphy out of trouble. What is Eddie like now versus then? And are any of you still doing your own stunts?
It felt different in a good way. It was 40 years later, and they very wisely didn't try to pretend that Eddie's 23, and they, the whole heart of the movie is he's trying to connect with his daughter.
Well, I got to ask you as a comic, if you had to make your choice about being a full-time comedian for the rest of the go or an actor, which one are you choosing?
I would do stand-up, to be honest.
Wow. I get it, bro.
Yeah, that's the most fun. And I had taken a long time off, like from early 90s. When Mad About You started, I didn't do stand-up. So what's funny to me is I hear people tell me their kids who watch Stranger Things, and they'll go, wait a second, you're going to go see him do comedy? That doctor is going to try to be funny?
That's how they know you.
Tell them this is what I do.
Mm-hmm. I feel that. Now, our audience grew up with you and Helen Hunt in Mad About You. But I have to know, in real life, are you more like your character on that show or the Beverly Hills Cop movies?
No, that's yours.
I can't.
Well, what are you giving it to me for? Just throw it out.
I'm going to throw it out?
Well, I'm not going to walk around all day with a cookie.
Well, Mad About You was very much, it grew out of my marriage. And as my wife likes to point out, she'll tell me, without me, you got nothing. I'm like, that's so true. That's so true. I have no act. I have no show. I have no career. But what was great fun about that is, all the writers, men and women, we'd all come into Mad About You and we'd just start talking and like, so listen to this unbelievable fight I got into with my wife this morning, with my husband. And that would all find its way into the show.
You recently authored a memoir with singer Michael McDonald. Oh. Where did you two originally meet?
People go, that doesn't make sense. Why are you with him? We met, I've been a fan of Michael McDonald's for years, and I went to some private event in my neighborhood, and he was playing. I keep forgetting we're not in love anymore. I keep forgetting things will never be the same again. I said, would you like to come over and jam? And he went, yeah, sure. I went, really?
Yeah.
No
way.
He
came over, and we played for like 3 hours. We just played and talked music, and we became friends.
Real quickly, I know, you're friends with Michael, and Jimmy Fallon does did you ever see Jimmy Fallon do Michael McDonald? It's the best. Take it to the street. Take it to the street. Could you do Michael McDonald?
Dude, you just got to get a lot of phlegm and then hold.
I don't know the words. I just know that.
Yeah, but what's amazing is he just opens his mouth and that comes out. He doesn't have to warm up. It's like, I don't know what that is, but it's he's pretty special.
Such a beautiful tone. Thank you so much, Paul. This has been amazing. DVL Nation, do not miss, I know you won't, Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. July 3rd on Netflix.
I can't wait.
And thank you again.
Thank you. Nice to talk with all of you.
Welcome back. We've got some great products from our friends at Morning Save. Check them out.
What do you have for us today, Steph? Can't wait.
First up, we've got the 3-pack Aqua de Soy 9-ounce candles.
Yes.
They are soy wax candles made with essential oils, and they have 100% cotton wick that will not emit toxins into your home. Smart. The doorbuster deals are always popular, so there's a limit on these of 3 per customer, and normally they're $15 each, Tori.
Okay.
We've got a 3-pack for $15.
Hello.
That's saving 67%.
Hello. I love getting candles for a deal.
Up Up next, we have the Make Lemonade Spin Massager. This deal includes one massager which will soothe achy muscles anywhere on your body with a deep tissue massage. There are 4 different interchangeable massage tips, so you can customize your massage experience for targeted relief and relaxation.
I like this.
So normally, Tori, this is $100.
Okay.
We've got it for $29.99. That's saving 70%.
This is small. You can travel with it. If you're an athlete, stick it in that gym bag again. This is smart.
Up next, we've got the Smart Tech lithium-powered jump starter and power bank.
Yes.
This amazing device will not only charge your car battery, but it also has a USB port, so you can plug in your phone, earbuds, or tablet to charge.
Smart.
Normally, it's $60.
Okay, still fine.
We've got it for $25. That's saving 58%.
I couldn't believe this small product did so much. So.
Incredible, really,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
And then last but not least today, we've got the Case Logic laptop bag and sleeve bundle. The slim design of the laptop case helps shield your device on its own or when it's tucked into a bag. The laptop bag has room for your device, a power adapter, and exterior smartphone pocket.
Ooh, I like that.
So normally this is $73.
Okay.
We, however, have got the bundle for just $15. That's saving 79%.
That is a great bundle. Head on over to morningsave.com, y'all, to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices, or scan that QR code on screen to take you directly to these products on Morning Save's website. Thank you so much, Steph.
I was thinking that cover would be good for Al's iPad, you know, like for the computers.
Oh, yeah.
But then Al just has the thing that looks like it looks like an old school notebook, but it covers the screen.
Yes, I got that, and I thought it was the corniest thing. And every flight I'm on, people are like, "Where'd you get that?" Because no one's gonna steal your iPad if they think they have to read.
It's a notebook. That's right. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place.